Hi everybody, it is Christine and I wanted to welcome you into my kitchen tonight. I wanted to share with you a little measuring magic and how you can take my Take 5 system of eating to balance your nutrition and to create well-rounded, nutritious meals for whether they're for lunch or for dinner. I am just about ready to make my lunches for tomorrow. And so I thought I would invite you in. So never mind the messy kitchen behind me. If you do have any questions, please post them here and I will address them at the end. So I'll come back in front of you here and I'll address any of the questions that you have at the end. So in our group, Making Meals That Matter, my challenge for you this week is to try measuring. And there are 3 different ways of measuring your food. So there's the good old-fashioned eyeball method where you just kind of look at things and you just get a rough idea. You know, this is, a serving, or this is a cup of something, or half a cup of something. So there's just the plain old using your eyeballs. There is the strategy of actually using measuring spoons, measuring cups, and liquid measuring devices as well. And then the final one that can be a little bit, at first seem a little bit overwhelming, is the strategy of actually using a scale. And so today I am going to show you how to use all 3 measuring magic tricks to plate your own meals easily, quickly, and nutritiously. And I'm going to use the Take 5 system of eating. So this is the strategy of eating that ensures that you get balanced nutrition each and every time that you are eating. So again, I welcome any of your questions. Just type them in and I will get to them at the very end after I finish this demo. And I should qualify by saying that the reason this is going to be so quick to prepare is because I do a lot of the ingredient prep prior to my busy week, right? So I do a lot of the ingredient prep on the weekend, so that way when it comes to daily lunches and dinners, that meals are really easy to pile on and plate and make because everything is already chopped, washed, prepped, cooked, whatever it is. So that's just another little sneak peek, but again, I'm going to show you really how easy it is to just plate a really healthy meal with some measuring magic. So let me not get all tangled up. So my go-to lunches and often dinners is a salad. I just feel like salads are just, they're just so nutritious. And when you pack them with nutrient-dense food using the Take 5 system, you are satiated for hours. So this is not your average salad where, you're eating like rabbit food. This is a really nutrient-dense, filling, satisfying lunch that is full of fiber, fat, and protein. And I'm going to show you and take you through the Take 5 system of eating. So we start with the Take 5. The first part of the Take 5 is your greens. And green leafy veggies are the best. But, when you are maybe having dinner or something, you can choose another green vegetable, broccoli, zucchini, any of the leafy greens, spinach, rapini, beet greens, arugula, kale, of course. So I'm going to start my Take 5 with the greens. So I'm going to use the eyeball method. And a serving of greens is between 1 and 3 cups. So I just usually throw in a couple handfuls of spinach into my container. So there are my greens and I load them up with the greens. So next of the Take 5 system of eating, step 2 is the protein. So the protein is where I'm going to show you where I use the scale. So I've got 4 ounces of chicken here that I measured on the scale. This, again, I batch cook on the weekend and I prep ingredients. So Sunday night we had roast chicken breasts for dinner. So instead of just buying 5 for us for dinner that night, I get 2 Costco packages of chicken breasts. I marinate all of them, cook them all, and then we've got a whole week's worth of cooked chicken breasts ready to go for lunches. So step 2 of the Take 5 system is protein. And again, I do measure my protein using the scale, and I go for about 4 ounces of protein, chicken breast in this example. So my chicken breast is all ready to go. And step 2 of the Take 5 system is our protein. So we've got greens, protein. Step 3 is fiber. And this is where I add in all of my veggies and fruit into my salad. So this is where I often use a measuring cup. So I got really into beets this fall because I had some estrogen issues, and beets are really good for helping your liver detoxify. So I need to eat half a cup of beets every day. And so all these are shredded beets. I am lazy when it comes to the kitchen, believe it or not. And so what I do is I find beets such a pain because they stain everything. It looks like you've had like a mass murder in your kitchen. And then you got to cut them and peel them and roast them, and I forget all that. So what I do is I wash my beets, cut the ends off, leave the skin on, and I put them in my food processor on the shredding section, and I'd put about 5 in there, and then I have shredded beets for the whole week. So there is my half a cup of shredded beets. On the weekends, I also nuke. I know this isn't great coming from a nutrition expert here, but I microwave sweet potatoes, and I put a whole bunch of them in the microwave, put them on whatever the potato button is. And so for this salad, I'm putting in half a sweet potato. So I'm not measuring it out, but it's half of a sweet potato. So just simply cut that up. Every weekend, I also grab, say, 3 bunches of green onions, and I chop them up, and then I can just sprinkle them on my salads because I just love a little bite of green onion. I've got some cucumber. Again, I'm still on the fiber part. This is number 3 of the Take 5 system of eating, which is fiber. So I've got my organic cucumber here. And again, I'm going to use the strategy of the measuring cup, and I am going to add half a cup of cucumber to my salad. And I kind of eat a very similar salad every day, so I know exactly how much food I need to keep me going from lunch until I have a snack or until dinner time. And actually recently I just started eating, I actually eat my lunch probably at 11 o'clock every day. The reason for that is I work out in the mornings, and I have a really great breakfast first thing in the morning, and then like a couple hours later I'm starving. So then I started eating my lunch, and then at 11, and then boop, I can go right from lunch until dinner because this salad is so jam-packed. So I've got half a cup of cucumbers that I'm going to add to my salad, still on fiber, and I forgot to take it out since this is going to be for tomorrow, but I also put raspberries on my salad. Again, the raspberries are a great source of fiber. They're a low glycemic berry. They're high in antioxidants. And again, I had some estrogen issues, and so raspberries are a really great food to add if you've got any estrogen issues going on. So I put in 1/3 of a cup of raspberries. These are just frozen raspberries. Again, I'm making lunch for tomorrow, so the frozen raspberries are fine. They're going to thaw by tomorrow, and I'll be good. So, I know. Am I done with the veggies yet? So for the Take 5 system, we've got greens. We've got, which I used spinach. We've got protein. I've got 4 ounces of chicken here, and then a ton of veggies for fiber. So I've got beets, green onions, sweet potato, cucumber, and raspberries. So there is a ton of fiber inside my salad. Still not done. It's a Take 5 system. I've got 2 more steps to go. The next step is the fat, and this is where your salad goes from being rabbit food into something that can actually sustain you throughout the day. So my fat source is going to come from a couple different sources today. I'm going to put in half of an avocado. Again, this is the, I guess, is it the eyeball method if I'm just putting in half of something? So this is, I would say this is an avocado on the small side. I'm putting in a half of a small avocado, and this avocado has that healthy fat that's going to help keep me satiated from lunch until dinner. And having adequate amounts of fat in your diet, that is what saves you from cravings, from the emotional eating. That is what helps keep you nourished and focused. And it's also great for kids as well. So everybody should be having to make sure that you've got a healthy fat at every meal or snack. Super important. So I've got my half of an avocado going on this salad, and I'm getting every little bit there. So this is a great healthy fat that is going to keep me going for hours, and I'm gonna top up some of that fat with some goat cheese. Now, we've grown up thinking that dairy is a food group. Dairy is not a food group. It is a macronutrient, and sometimes dairy, if it's low fat, is just purely a carbohydrate. In this case, if it's full fat, then it actually counts as a fat. So macro ingredients are protein, fiber, protein, fats, and carbohydrates. So I've got the goat cheese here, and I'm okay with goat cheese. You want to be careful with your cow cheese, but goat or sheep cheese is easier for folks, especially with intolerances. So I'm putting in 1 tablespoon of goat cheese. People can get a little bit over the top with their cheese, and that's what takes this fat from being, a condiment, an extra, a bonus, to being, in the territory where you're gaining weight because you're just having too much of a good thing. So I've got a tablespoon of fat here. So for the Take 5 system of eating, we've got the greens, we've got protein, fiber, we've got the fat sources. Now this fifth step, this fifth ingredient, is what's going to take your meals, your salads, to the next level, and that is ferment. What is ferment? Fermented foods are rich in live active bacterial cultures, and they are super beneficial for your gut health, for your digestion, for your immune system. And adding some ferment or fermented food to your meals every day is going to just take your nutrition to the next level. So I've got here some sauerkraut, which is fermented cabbage. And this stuff smells potent. A little goes a long way when it comes to fermented foods. So I made this sauerkraut, but certainly you can buy your sauerkraut. Just make sure it's from the refrigerated section of the health food store or the grocery store. And you want to make sure that it says live active bacterial cultures. And you only need a tablespoon. You don't need a lot of the ferment. It goes a long way. So sometimes if I don't have sauerkraut or I'm not in the mood for sauerkraut, some other fermented foods or ingredients that I would add would be a dollop of Greek yogurt that's got live active bacterial cultures. Then you are getting, with that, you're getting the protein, you're getting the ferment, and you're even getting some fat with that as well. So sometimes I add a dollop of Greek yogurt that's just unsweetened to salad. It makes a great savory addition to your salads or your tacos or your side dish or your butter chicken or whatever it is. Miso paste is also a fermented food. So is tempeh. Tamari is also fermented. You can also ferment any kind of vegetable like carrots. Kimchi is available as a fermented food as well. You might even want to add a kefir dressing to your salad, and there's another great way to get some ferment into your food. So here is my Take 5 Measuring Magic delicious salad for tomorrow. So again, just to recap, this is the Take 5 system of eating. This is how you take your nutrition to the next level, ensuring that it is balanced. So we've got greens, protein, fiber, fat, and ferment. So I'm in the process of curating a whole bunch of recipes and just easy, simple ingredients and meals that use the Take 5 system of eating. But I really encourage you to measure your portions and to use the Take 5 system of eating, and let me know how you feel, and let me know what kind of meals and inspiration that you're coming up with your Take 5 meals. So I am going to make sure that I get this bad boy in the fridge for another day, and this could be a lunch, it could be a dinner, and in my books this could even be a breakfast. So this is not your ordinary salad. It is going to keep you fueled, it's going to keep you satisfied, and it's got the Take 5 system of eating with all those ingredients. Let me just take a peek, see if we have any questions here. So if you have any questions about measuring or portions or about the Take 5 system of eating, I'm just gonna scroll and see if there are any questions here. Hi everybody. Doesn't look like you have any questions. If you do come up with some questions, please just add them in the comments below and I will get back to you on that. So let me know what you think about the Take 5 system of eating. In the group, let me know what you think about measuring your ingredients and measuring your portions. Are you an eyeballer? Are you a measuring spoon and cupper? Or are you somebody who takes to the scale when it comes to measuring your portions? So with that, I want to wish you a great evening. From my kitchen to yours, let's make meals that matter. Bye.